This is not based on what you have done or achieved. You deserve large amounts simply because you exist, because abundance is the natural state of reality, because large sums flowing to conscious people serves everyone. Welcome to the Reality Revolution. Today we're doing an activation. Large sums of money effortlessly flow to you. Let me just explain. There's a fundamental difference in how people who attract large sums of money think compared to those who struggle financially, and it has nothing to do with positive thinking. It's much deeper than that. It's a completely different operating system for how they process opportunities, make decisions, and relate to abundance itself. I discovered this difference while working with clients who had dramatically different financial outcomes, despite using the same manifestation methods. Some people would suddenly have 50,000 or 100,000 or even larger sums flowing to them easily and effortlessly. Others would work with the same techniques for months, barely create enough to cover their basic expenses. The difference wasn't in their spiritual development, their dedication to the work, or even their circumstances. The difference was in the fundamental thought patterns that were running in the background of their consciousness, either allowing large sums of money to flow easily or creating resistance that kept money struggling to reach them. People who naturally attract large amounts of money think about abundance completely differently. They don't just believe money will come to them. They expect large sums to flow easily and without struggle. They have neural pathways that make receiving significant amounts of money feel natural, deserved, and effortless. I want to share with you specific mental models that create the large sums of money flow to you easily reality. These aren't just beliefs or affirmations, although those can help tremendously and are a significant part of this transformation. These are actual neural pathways that millionaires have developed that cause them to automatically attract substantial financial flow without force, struggle, or stress. This is the large sums of money flows to you effortlessly activation. Most people think wealth is about having money, but wealth is actually about having effortless abundance consciousness. Large sums of money are just the external reflection of an internal operating system that processes reality through ease and flow rather than struggle and force. People with struggle-based money consciousness unconsciously believe that earning money requires hard work, sacrifice, and difficulty. They think in terms of earning money through effort, working for money through labor, and struggling to make money through force. Their mental default is to ask, how hard will this be? How much will I have to sacrifice? What if I can't work hard enough to deserve large amounts? These aren't conscious thoughts. They're automatic background processes that filter every financial opportunity through struggle and limitation. When someone with struggle-based programming encounters a high-income opportunity, their mind immediately starts calculating all the hard work it will require, all the sacrifices they'll need to make, all the ways they'll have to prove they deserve it. People with effortless abundance consciousness unconsciously believe that large sums of money can flow easily when you're aligned with value creation and serving others at scale. They think in terms of money flowing to them through alignment, coming through them as they serve, and arriving easily when they are in the right state. Their mental default is to ask, how can this happen easily? What would make this effortless? How can I allow larger amounts to flow? When someone with effortless abundance programming encounters the same high-income opportunity, their mind immediately starts calculating all the ways it could unfold smoothly, all the support and resources that could align, all the reasons why large sums could flow to them naturally. Same opportunity, completely different mental processing, completely different outcomes. Here is what is fascinating. Both operating systems create their own evidence. If you expect money to come through struggle, you will unconsciously create struggle in your money-making process. If you expect large sums to flow easily, you'll unconsciously align with the ease and flow that allows substantial amounts to arrive naturally. Your operating system doesn't just interpret financial reality. It creates financial reality by determining what opportunities you notice, what ease or struggle you expect, and what actions feel natural to you. I learned this lesson dramatically in my own journey. For years, I had struggle-based programming around money that made me believe I had to work extremely hard to earn any income. If I wasn't working 12 hours a day, then I was not going to make money, especially large amounts. I unconsciously believed that big money required big sacrifice. That's what my dad taught me. That's what the Grinder self-help books taught me. I believed that ease meant I wasn't working hard enough, that I was being lazy, and that if money came too easily, I didn't really deserve it, that it wouldn't last, that it was a sin, that it was wrong, that I was ripping someone off. The breakthrough came when I realized that this struggle programming was actually blocking larger sums from flowing to me. The universe was ready to send substantial amounts to me, but my struggle-based consciousness was rejecting them because they didn't feel earned enough. I was pushing away the easy abundance that was trying to reach me. Many times I would say, no, that's okay, or I would reject opportunities that seemed too good to be true because I thought maybe I was being ripped off, or there's no way it could be that easy. The moment I shifted to expecting large sums to flow to me easily through my service and alignment, everything changed. Not because I learned new techniques, but because I started allowing the natural flow of abundance instead of forcing it through struggle. And that is what I want for you. That's why I've created this activation, to change your neural pathways so that you can take on this particular programming as well. It's as easy as a snap of a fingers. Let me share with you the specific mental models that create effortless large money flow. These are the thought patterns that run automatically in the minds of people who naturally attract substantial amounts of money without struggle. As I give you these mental models internally, as you listen to my voice, you will begin to take on these models as your new models of thinking. The first mental model that you will take on is that large sums of money flow naturally when you are aligned with your purpose. People who attract big money easily understand that substantial financial flow is a natural result of being in perfect alignment with serving others at scale. They don't struggle to make money. They align with their highest service and allow money to flow through them. The second mental model is, I can receive large amounts easily because I create massive value. Instead of thinking I have to work hard to earn money, you will now think large sums flow to you because you solve significant problems for many people. You understand that when you create value at scale, money flows at scale effortlessly. The third mental model that you begin integrating as you listen to my voice is easy money is the best money. Unlike people who believe they must struggle to deserve wealth, you understand that money is coming easily means you're in perfect alignment. Ease is a sign of flow, not a sign of unworthiness. The easier large sums come, the more aligned you are. The fourth mental model you're taking on is, I am a channel for infinite abundance. You don't see yourself as trying to get money from a limited source. You now see yourself as a conduit through which infinite universal abundance flows to benefit everyone. Large sums flowing through you serve the highest good. The fifth mental model you're taking on is large amounts can appear from anywhere at any time. You're not attached to money coming from specific sources or in specific ways. You expect windfalls, unexpected income, sudden opportunities, and financial surprises because you understand that abundance is infinitely creative in how it flows. That's the mental model that works, and that's what's integrating deeply into your subconscious mind as you listen to my voice. The sixth mental model that is assimilating within your consciousness now is, the universe wants to send me large sums. From this moment forward, instead of believing you have to convince the universe to give you money, you understand that abundance is the universe's natural state. Large sums are already flowing to reach you. Your job is simply to allow the flow. The seventh mental model that is shifting within you right now is I deserve large sums because existence is abundant. This is not based on what you have done or achieved. You deserve large amounts simply because you exist, because abundance is the natural state of reality, because large sums flowing to conscious people serves everyone. The eighth mental model your subconscious is taking on now is large money flows multiply my service impact. You want substantial amounts, not for personal accumulation, but because large sums allow you to serve more people, create bigger solutions, and generate more positive change in the world. The ninth mental model that is being programmed within you as you hear my voice is receiving large amounts easily is my natural state. You don't see big money as unusual, special, or requiring explanation. Large sums flowing easily is simply how reality works when you are aligned with your natural abundance. These mental models create a completely different relationship with money, where large amounts flow easily and naturally rather than through force and struggle, and you are assimilating with them now. They're not just thoughts, they're neural pathways that automatically process reality in ways that allow substantial wealth to arrive effortlessly. Understanding how to rewire your brain for effortless large money flow requires understanding how neural pathways work. Your brain is constantly creating and reinforcing thought patterns based on repetition, emotion, and attention. The thoughts you think most about money become the neural highways that your mind automatically travels when financial opportunities appear. If you've been thinking struggle-based money thoughts for years or decades, you've created neural superhighways that automatically route you toward difficulty, force, and small amounts. These pathways are so established that struggle thoughts feel natural and true, even when they're blocking large sums that want to flow to you. Here's the extraordinary news. Neuroplasticity means you can create new neural pathways that allow large sums to flow easily. You can actually rewire your brain to expect substantial amounts to arrive effortlessly by consciously and consistently practicing abundance flow patterns until they become automatic. The process requires three elements: conscious interruption of struggle patterns, deliberate practice of flow patterns, and emotional reinforcement of ease-based receiving. Conscious interruption means catching yourself when struggle thoughts arise around money and consciously choosing flow thoughts instead. Instead of, I have to work so hard to make money, you practice thinking, large sums flow to me easily when I'm aligned with my service. Instead of, big money is hard to come by, you practice thinking substantial amounts arrive effortlessly when you allow them. Deliberate practice means consciously rehearsing effortless abundance thought patterns even when they don't feel natural yet. You practice expecting large sums, allowing easy flow, and receiving substantial amounts without guilt or struggle, even when your old programming argues against them. Emotional reinforcement means connecting joy and ease to large money flow and discomfort to struggle-based money patterns. When you catch yourself expecting money to flow easily, you celebrate that thought. When you catch yourself forcing or struggling with money, you notice how exhausting and limiting those thoughts feel. The key is consistency and intensity focused specifically on large, easy amounts. Casual practice creates casual results. But when you commit to intensive neural rewiring work around substantial sums flowing effortlessly, when you make easy abundance thinking your primary focus for concentrated periods, you can create dramatic shifts in relatively short periods. I have seen people go from struggling to pay bills to having $25,000, $50,000, or even $100,000 flow to them effortlessly within weeks through intensive abundance flow consciousness work. That's why I'm so passionate about this. Not because these people learned new techniques, but because they literally rewired their brains to process reality as a place where large sums flow easily instead of where money requires struggle. This kind of intensive neural rewiring work is challenging to do alone because your environment, relationships, and daily routines all reinforce struggle-based money patterns. You're trying to create new neural pathways that expect large, easy flow while being constantly exposed to triggers that activate your old struggle patterns. But when you create the right conditions for neural rewiring, intensive focus, supportive environments, expert guidance, and in community reinforcement around effortless abundance, the transformation can happen very rapidly and permanently. There is a specific mindset that makes certain people magnetic to large sums of money that flow easily. It's not just about positive thinking or confidence, it's about embodying what I call effortless money magnetism consciousness, a way of being that naturally attracts substantial financial abundance without struggle. The first component is large sum expectation. People with effortless money magnetism expect significant amounts to flow to them easily. Not hope, not wish, but expect. They wake up each day genuinely surprised when substantial sums don't show up because large amounts flowing effortlessly is their normal experience. This expectation is not delusional optimism. It's based on understanding that when you're aligned with serving many people at high levels, substantial financial flow is the natural, effortless result. The second component is easy receiving of large amounts. Money magnetic people are excellent at receiving substantial sums without guilt, without feeling like they need to struggle to deserve them, without apologizing for the ease. They understand that large amounts arriving effortlessly means they are in perfect alignment. The third component is flow state money creation. Instead of forcing or pushing for money, they create from a state of flow where large sums come through them as they serve. They are channels for abundance rather than people trying to capture abundance through effort. The fourth component is natural deservingness of substantial amounts. They don't have to convince themselves they deserve large sums. They feel natural, cellular level deservingness of substantial wealth because they understand they're valuable channels for abundance to flow into the world. The fifth component is value-focused expansion. They're always thinking about how to create more value, serve more people, solve bigger problems. This focus on scaling their service automatically generates larger income streams because money flows where value flows. The sixth component is relaxed relationship with large amounts. They want substantial money, but hold it lightly. They're not desperate for any particular amount because they know that when they stay aligned, large sums flow continuously and easily. The seventh component is abundance multiplication consciousness. They understand that large amounts flowing to them creates more abundance for everyone. Their wealth enables them to employ others, invest in other people's success, and fund projects that serve their collective good. When you embody these components, you become magnetic to large sums of money that flow easily and naturally. People want to pay you well, invest substantial amounts in you, and create high-value opportunities for you because your energy is abundant, flowing, and expansive rather than struggling and contracting. Now let's get practical about how to upgrade your money programming. This isn't just about changing thoughts. It's about rewiring the automatic mental processes that create your financial reality. The first step is awareness. You need to become conscious of your current money programming by paying attention to your automatic thoughts, emotional reactions, and behavioral patterns around money. Most people are unconscious of their scarcity programming because it runs in the background. Start noticing what's your first thought when you see an expensive item. What emotions arise when you think about investing in yourself? What assumptions do you make about people who have more money than you? What stories do you tell yourself about why wealth hasn't shown up in your life yet? The second step is interruption. Every time you catch yourself thinking from scarcity, consciously interrupt that thought pattern and choose a different response. This is not just about positive thinking, it's about actually changing the neural pathways that create your reality. If you catch yourself thinking, I can't afford this, immediately ask, how can I afford this? If you notice yourself assuming good opportunities don't come to people like me, consciously choose, opportunities are constantly flowing to me. If you find yourself thinking, money is hard to come by, practice, money comes to me easily and frequently. I know that all sounds cliche, and of course I've said that stuff a lot of times, but it works and it is important. The third step is installation. You need to consciously install new abundance programming by repeatedly thinking, feeling, and acting from abundance consciousness, even when it doesn't feel natural yet. Practice abundance questions, like, how can I create more value today? What opportunities am I not seeing? How can I serve at a higher level? What would I do if I knew money would flow easily? Practice these questions until asking them becomes automatic. Practice abundance affirmations, but make them feel real by connecting them to evidence. Money flows to me easily because I create value for others. I attract opportunities because I'm always looking for ways to serve. Abundance is my natural state because I operate from contribution consciousness. The fourth step is embodiment. You need to start living as if abundance is already your reality. This doesn't mean spending money you don't have. It means carrying yourself with the energy of someone who naturally attracts wealth. How would someone who naturally attracts money carry themselves? How would they make decisions? How would they respond to opportunities? How would they treat money? Start embodying these qualities now, before the external abundance shows up. The fifth step is environmental support. Surround yourself with people, content, and experiences that reinforce abundance consciousness rather than scarcity consciousness. Your environment is constantly programming your subconscious mind. Now, I want to guide you through the money flows to you activation, a process that will help you begin rewiring your brain to expect large sums to flow to you easily and effortlessly. This is actual neural pathway reconstruction for substantial abundance flow. Find a comfortable position and close your eyes. Take several deep breaths. Let go of the outside world for just a few moments. Feel yourself settling into your body and into this moment where transformation is always possible. Begin by setting a clear intention to rewire your relationship with money around large sums flowing to you easily. Feel yourself opening to receive new programming that will allow substantial amounts to flow to you naturally without struggle or force. Now I want you to imagine that you can step into the consciousness of someone who naturally expects large sums of money to flow to them effortlessly. Remember, this isn't someone that just has money. This is someone whose mental operating system is fundamentally oriented toward easy abundance flow. Feel yourself taking on their neural pathways, their thought patterns, their way of processing reality. Notice how different this feels from struggle-based money patterns. From this effortless abundance consciousness, look at your current life situation. Notice how differently everything appears when you're expecting large sums to flow easily instead of believing money requires struggle. Opportunities that seemed impossible now appear natural and available. Feel this effortless abundance consciousness asking different questions. How can large sums flow to me easily through my current situation? What would allow substantial amounts to arrive naturally? How can I become a better channel for major financial flow? What would make receiving big amounts feel effortless? Notice how just taking a moment and asking yourself these questions creates different emotional states, different insights, different possibilities than struggle-based mental questions. Now think about your relationship with large amounts of money from this consciousness. Feel how natural it feels to receive $50,000, $100,000, or even larger sums easily and effortlessly. Feel how comfortable this consciousness is with substantial wealth arriving without struggle. This consciousness doesn't have guilt about large amounts. It does not feel like substantial sums need to be earned through suffering. It doesn't apologize for ease. Large money flowing effortlessly is simply how reality works when you're aligned with your natural abundance. From this consciousness, begin to feel large sums of money flowing to you from multiple directions because you're naturally attractive to substantial abundance through your service, your alignment, your easy receiving. Feel opportunities for significant income begin to appear in your awareness. Opportunities that were always there, but that your struggle programming prevented you from seeing. Feel people wanting to pay you well, invest large amounts in your success, create high-value opportunities for you. Notice that from this effortless abundance, consciousness receiving substantial wealth feels natural, deserved, and beneficial, not just for you, but for everyone whose lives you touch. The larger amounts you receive easily, the more you can serve, contribute, and create positive change. Now begin to feel this effortless abundance consciousness integrating with your normal awareness. Feel the neural pathways of easy large money flow begin to establish themselves in your brain. Feel new expectations, new assumptions, new ways of processing financial reality taking root in your consciousness. Set an intention to continue strengthening these effortless abundance neural pathways through your thoughts, decisions, and actions. Choose to expect large sums to flow easily, to allow substantial amounts without guilt, and to receive major financial flow as your natural state. From this integrated consciousness, make a commitment to one specific change you can make in how you think about or relate to large amounts of money. Something practical you can implement immediately to reinforce your new effortless abundance programming. Feel this commitment anchoring in your system, knowing that every time you choose to expect large sums to flow easily over expecting money to require struggle, you're strengthening the neural pathways that create substantial financial flow in your life. You become conscious of this. You become conscious of your active role in creating pathways in your brain and the neuroplasticity that is available that allows you to change it. Now, before completing this activation, express gratitude for your ability to rewire your consciousness for large money flow. Express this to your higher self, to the Creator, to your spirit guides, to your ancestors, to the angels, to the extra-dimensional beings, all of them that play a role in your subconscious and spiritual evolution. Express gratitude for your capacity to think new thoughts, and create new realities where substantial amounts arrive effortlessly, maximizing your spiritual evolution. Feel the effortless abundance you've activated, continuing to operate in the background of your awareness, automatically expecting large sums to flow easily, not requiring you to do anything consciously, changing the automatic reactions within you. You are now naturally attracting substantial opportunities and resources through this shift by allowing your subconscious to take this command to reshape its internal programming. Open yourself up to this change and allow it. Give yourself permission now to receive large sums of money that are your very birthright. Take several deep breaths, feeling this new programming settling in to your nervous system. Know that this activation will continue working even after you open your eyes, gradually rewiring your automatic thought patterns to expect and allow large amounts to flow effortlessly. When you're ready, gently open your eyes, carrying this effortless abundance consciousness back into your normal awareness. Notice how different you feel, how different financial possibilities look after activating consciousness that expects large sums to flow easily. What you just experienced through the money flows to you activation is the beginning of what is possible when you consciously rewire your brain for abundance. But this kind of deep neural rewiring accelerates exponentially when you create the optimal conditions for mental transformation. Neural pathway change requires intensity and consistency according to the research. Casual practice creates casual results. But intensive focus can create dramatic neural rewiring in relatively short periods when you dedicate concentrated time and attention to abundance consciousness work. When you're surrounded by others who are doing the same work, when you have expert guidance through the process, the rewiring happens much faster and more permanently. This is why people can struggle with money blocks for years through individual work, but experience breakthroughs in intensive environments. The combination of concentrated focus, supportive community, expert guidance, and environmental immersion creates conditions that allow rapid neural change. Most people try to rewire their money programming while maintaining all the environmental triggers that reinforce their old programming. They wake up in the same room, in the same bed. All the objects around you carry the energy of this programming. All the people around you, all the shows you watch, everything that you're exposed to is a reminder of this old programming. You are exposed to the same relationships, the same media, the same conversations that constantly reactivate scarcity neural pathways throughout your day, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. This makes transformation extremely difficult. It is still possible, but for many of you, this is the final remaining step to overcome any resistance to true change. Because when you step into an environment specifically designed for abundance consciousness development, where everyone is focused on the same neural rewiring work, where the entire experience reinforces abundance thinking, the old patterns can shift rapidly and permanently. This is what inspired me to do live events, to do retreats. That's what led me to design the intensive live in-person experience that we have on November 21st through the 23rd in Los Angeles, the greatest timeline shift ever. It's a 3-day event. We're creating the perfect laboratory for abundance consciousness development, where you can completely immerse yourself in neural rewiring work without the environmental distractions that usually slow down the process. Without the media, without the friends, without the family, without all the physical objects that remind you of your old reality. This is not just about learning something new or some concept or technique. This is about intensive neural pathway reconstruction, guided by someone who understands how to create lasting abundance consciousness and who has helped thousands of others make this transformation. There are tickets that are still available. You can find more information at www.brianscottlive.com/event-November. My friends Kyle Boyd and Leah Rush from the Heart Coherence Collaborative will be there. It's going to be an amazing event. I know I talk about it too much, but I'm so excited to share this experience with you. And it's also a way for you to get out of your current situation that you're in and force yourself to change over a 3-day period. But if you can't do that, I understand. Try to create some sort of intensive environment. Maybe go on vacation, go check into a hotel. Maybe take yourself out of your normal routines so that you can change your neural pathways. The way you think about money is either creating struggle or creating easy flow. The neural pathways that run automatically in your brain are either processing reality as a place where large sums require force and difficulty, or as a place where substantial amounts flow naturally and effortlessly. The difference between these operating systems is the difference between financial stress and financial ease, limitation and expansion, working hard for small amounts and allowing large sums to arrive naturally. But here's the beautiful truth. You have the power to consciously rewire your brain to expect large sums to flow to you easily. The neural pathways that create effortless money magnetism are available to you right now. The consciousness that allows substantial amounts to arrive without struggle is something you can install and activate. The activation you experience today is always available to you. Every moment is an opportunity to choose easy flow thoughts over struggle thoughts, to expect large sums instead of small amounts, to process financial opportunities through effortless abundance rather than force and difficulty. If you're ready to accelerate this neural rewiring to experience what effortless large money flow consciousness development looks like, when all the optimal conditions are present, I invite you again to join me in Los Angeles. You can find all the details at www.brianscottlive.com/event-November. Whether you join us there or pursue this work through your own practice, remember, the effortless abundance you touched today is not foreign to you. It's your natural state, temporarily obscured by the struggle-based programming. You're not trying to become someone different. You're remembering who you truly are, removing all the limitations, someone to whom large sums flow easily and naturally. Your abundant mind is awakening now. You might have thought that it had awakened from listening to other activations or doing certain affirmations or experiencing some level of abundance, but right now is the moment when it truly awakens. Substantial amounts of money are preparing to flow to you in new ways. I want you to expect it. I want you to allow it. I want you to give permission to it. And the neural rewiring can accelerate today through my words, through the frequency that I am giving you. You have shifted. All you have to do is allow it to happen. I will see you on the other side with large sums of money flowing to you, celebrating your manifestations. I cannot wait to see it. I cannot wait for you to share in the comments. What I want you to do right now is confirm your activation by placing a comment below. I want you to say, I am open to receiving large sums of money effortlessly. I want you to declare right now, for everyone to see, for everyone to know that you are open to large sums of money, and now is the time that it will happen. We call upon all the powers of the universe, the multitudes that are accessing your consciousness. We call upon your ancestors, your guides, every powerful angel that is aligned with you, your guardian angel, your higher self, your future self, your spirit guides, in this moment to empower you to unlock this possibility within your consciousness. Now is the time, and it is done. Large sums of money effortlessly flow to you. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com. And welcome to The Reality Revolution. Hello, it's Brian Scott. And I'm beyond excited to finally announce a live, in-person, 3-day event that I'm hosting in Los Angeles on November 21st through the 23rd. And when you walk away from this event, your life will be changed forever. Whatever it is that you're looking for right now, if you need to heal from something, to find the love of your life, to find wealth, to find your purpose, to ascend, to evolve, whatever that is, whatever your desire, this event is designed to bring that to you. There is a timeline available for you where you can live the very best life that you could ever imagine, where everything is always working out for you. And this event is designed to shift you into that reality and make it something tangible and real that you experience. I promise you that this will change your life.